Hey, I'm not sure what was up with that Steam update. Steam did not want to run for me today, so we are now doing this in GOG. So that's right, you can play this in GOG or on Steam. Oh my goodness, I didn't even notice what year we're entering into. AD 4999. Getting very close to that critical year of 5000. Very close to that critical year of 5000. DJ's Outdoor Adventures. Me, I want a game now. Updates, the heck you will. Alright, the hell you will. We can say hell on this channel. Alright, you should, let me know if you can still hear the music, if I'm sounding good. Glad to have so many of you here. Always good to see people popping up as soon as the stream starts. That's very fun. Yes, this might be the last one for Prince Chi Kao. And I had a lot of fun. I was rereading some of the Priests of the Celestial Sun writing that Sam and Abnett had done about the Avestites. Some of that gorgeous art to go along with it. But I love one of the things he said about role-playing in Avestite. I think this actually fits really well for Prince Chi Kao. No music anymore. Now let me play with that and get at least a little bit of music coming through. Always like to have a little bit in the background, just not overpowering my weak voice. Playing an Avestite. Avestite characters always exhibit a strong, clearly defined sense of right and wrong. Well, they can be conflicted, but they usually believe they know the right and wrong, whether they do or not. Either based on their honest belief or a hypocritical facade hiding their own inner corruption. Which does that sound like Prince Chi Kao to you? The holier-than-thou attitude could have been invented by the temple, and can even be seen in dealings with other sects and orders. As a result, Avestites tend to rank somewhere between Ascorbites and Symbiotes in popularity contests. This can limit the degree to which Avestite player characters get involved in the game. Now I'm going to skip a little bit. The most powerful members of the sect consort only with others of equal rank and rarely leave the comfort of the cathedral. Not in this case. Prince Chi Kao has been out leading the way. However evil and corrupt Chi Kao might be, no one can say she hasn't been leading from the front and putting herself in danger. Not with the holy relic she has. She's really in that much danger anymore, but still. So yeah, she may fervently believe that what she's doing is right, but what she fervently believes might be that humanity deserves the end times. And I think that's the version of this game that I'm playing out. That Prince Chi Kao, when she saw her holy, miraculous revelation in the attack relic that she has, that made her believe that all humanity is too corrupt to be allowed to live, and it is her role to bring in the end times. So that's what she's uniting humanity towards. So if you saw the Prince Yusar Al-Malik campaign I ran in Emperor of the Fading Suns a number of years ago, that was very much towards a more Third Republic cyber punkish type of game. The way we designed Emperor of the Fading Suns was it could be the lead-in to your tabletop Fading Suns role-playing game, and you could change who the Emperor was. In the historic Fading Suns, it's Emperor Alexius of House Hawkwood. And that gave us a whole questing nights, all this chance to be heroic, this Arthurian side to it that was so much fun. But yeah, if we went through SAR, suddenly you're kind of in this dirty Third Republic where people are battling for any kind of profit they can. In this one, it's more like now the Emperor might be the main enemy, putting humanity on a crash course with extinction once they're in that position. And how would you fight that as player characters? I also find it's an absolutely lovely idea that this, the Prince Chi Kao, it really is a true believer, wasn't just using the Avestite faith to cloak her own grab for power. They could go that route, but really believes humanity is irreparably and unredeemably evil and should be destroyed. And how do you deal with that as player characters? Anyway, lots of fun stuff. Other fun things I should talk about. Oh yeah. Since this might be the last game, I've broken out the classic holistic design shirt. So we'll see if we can win the game today. And Valve has decided that the game is playable on Steam Deck. So if you have indeed played Emperor of the Fading Suns on Steam Deck, I'd love to know about it. And for you GGDA members tuning in for updates, we have a meeting at Ghost Gaming August 12th to talk about new and innovative ways to finish and launch your game. And I think that's enough announcements and cool stuff. Let's jump on into it and have some fun. AD 499. Yeah, when we devised this game, there was all this apocalyptic fervor around the year 2000. So, of course, we did it with the year 5000 in mind. And that might actually be when Prince Chi Kao takes the throne. If so, I think that really does cinch the idea that they're not just a power-mad person using religion as a facade to trick humanity into doing what they want, but really believes this stuff and will put humanity on a course to disaster. Okay. Whoa. So yeah, I had problems with oh no! I grabbed the test version. Yep. I grabbed the test version off of GOG. Oops. You're saying things you're not supposed to. Oh no. Well, because Steam was having problems loaded, I went into GOG. I forgot that I was testing the new test version. Print this screen. I need to print this screen anyway. Oh dear. You are seeing things you should not be seeing. That's what Prince Chi Kao said. That's what she said. Alright, so yes, there was a vote. Prince Chi Kao is on the road towards becoming emperor. Unit pay is reduced 50% due to Lexius. Here's that vote. Here's that. So what do you think is going on here? That's right. You're seeing us working up a message screen. Shoot, you're not supposed to see this stuff yet. It's not even ready yet. This is a message I sent myself. Man, I don't know what to do now because if I reboot the game and try and do it in Steam, I don't even know it'll run. You don't know that, Van Zelt. We're getting a message log? Nice. Oh, man. Completely forgot that my GOG version is what I was testing on. And Steam was only for the stream. You know, it's very funny. I'm very much in favor now of developers. Yeah, EBM, a cheeky sneak peek behind the curtain. I'm very much in favor of developers streaming their games in development, give people a real sense of it. 20 years ago, never would have. You only had one chance to launch, and people thought, oh, it's not ready. They would never buy it ever. That's not true anymore, but still, I didn't want to show off stuff like this. This is not quite ready for prime time. All right, if there are crashes or problems, it's all on you all. Yes, I cannot say that this is going to be pretty or stable or anything. Shoot. All right, well, let's keep going. Now I'm trying to remember what other things we were testing in here. You might be seeing all kinds of weird things. All right, so I sent myself a message. Engineer needs to build a trace mine on Kish, Arborium on Midi. Oh, there's that Rebel Arborium on Midi we got to take. And we're time to attack the Hawkwood Embassy on Byzantium Secundus. Yes. I think this is what you wanted, Van Zite. Cute. Isn't that cool? Click on it, get the full message. Look at that. Isn't that special? Exit out. All right. So I've done my turn, ended the turn. Darn it. All right. When I reveal this for real, you all have to act surprised, okay? Darn it. I'm not going to talk about many of the other changes that might pop up. You're welcome to chat about them when you see them, but a lot of this stuff's not quite ready yet. All right, let's end the turn. Shoot. Yes, I know some of you are excited about this. So look, I'll just exit out of here. Look at that. Takados, we've received a diplomatic request from Takados. All right, let's take a look. They want frozen environment technology for the money. Sure. Love my Takados allies in destroying humanity. Hawkwood, we've received a diplomatic request from Hawkwood. No peace treaty for you! Azat, how Staccatos is too powerful. Yeah, now you see all this stuff. Got my assault lander. Infantry, special forces. Boy, I built a lot of cool stuff. Right, and you can exit out of it right there. Alright, I'm going to leave these landers in orbit. That was a neat trick I did last game, where the Alihalon attacked me, and just because of the timing of the attack, I was able to take the Imperial fleet away from them. I like that. Go to war with people when you can change their offices. Alright, so. You are just watching things at Chernobog, little picket. My pickets over Kish. Bombarding Delphi. Oh yeah, all that Hawkwood stuff on Delphi that we're grabbing. Yes, here's Prince Chi Kao in all her glory. All her holy relics. Look at that. She's got almost more holy relics than troops. This is the one. Nope, that's the stack movement rate bonus. They're fast. That's the Hand of St. Ignatius, the stack defense bonus. This is the one that gave her the vision. The Rod of Holy Smiting. And she believes that all humanity must be smited, smoten, smite too. Something like that. Smiting must happen. Yeah, so she's got the tanks, her great armored unit, and of course her dervish with the 224 power. Side defense 134, because we have the defense bonus here. 134 side defense. I don't think I've ever seen that. Because I've never seen 224 psychic attack. What is the Reaper's at close assault with this? 158 with a 138 armor. Wow, even that Wolverine got the officer leading and the relics. Goodness gracious. Yeah, this is pretty gross. That assault tank becomes... I mean, I would send this stack up against symbiotes and Val any day. Alright, so what are we doing here? I want to go after those ruins. We're going to clean out the symbiotes. We can let these troops kind of mosey around. Even B. I'm going to go take out some symbiotes. Let's do symbiotes.
Unit spotted. Unit spotted.
Oh yeah, there they are. Even our tracker couldn't see that before, but the psychic, the dervishes can. Love those symbiote reavers. That close is usually incredible. 11, 105. Who can stand against that? And then we look at ours, and we've got these tanks with 11, 158. I believe my reavers. Reapers can stand against that. So, yeah, 12 movement, man. These are zippy. Zippy. I'm tempted to assault, but I'm just going to attack normally. Just because, yeah, like we knew, there were going to be a couple more symbiotes. Oh, man, just look at those symbiotes get wiped out. Look at all these bonuses. Noble Retreat bonus, Blade Battle Master bonus, Noble Accuracy bonus, Noble Agility bonus, Symbiote Psychology bonus, Hand of St. Ignatius bonus, Rod of Holy Smiting bonus, Frozen Environment bonus. Yeah, this is an endgame stack. If you're watching on Steam, I'm glad to see that the stream is up on Steam. This is very much endgame. This is a superpowered stack. I mean, the group she just fought is relatively tough. And they went in and lost a couple hit points. This is an end-of-game superpower stack that can pretty much roll over anything that's not also a superpower stack. Of course, we are in trouble if anyone starts bombarding us from orbit. But anyway, so we just had these folks retreat. So I'm going to send my noble and my dervish up into the ruins to explore the ruins. A lost martyr torpedo bomber has pledged fealty to your noble house. And I found another holy relic, Sabaton of St. Mantius. Oh, these are the really good torpedo bombers. This is the advanced one. I haven't researched this one yet. Almothaean torpedo bombers. All right, let's put that up in space. And the relic, stack agility bonus. No one is touching this stack anymore. What's my dervish agility now? Agility, agility. 18! Oh, wow. Yeah, nobody's touching these units in combat again. All right, all right. So first of all, my dervish is going to capture this infantry and that symbiote up there. Boom! Symbiotes are now working for me! Who would have thunk it? I've had warlocks and symbiotes. Symbiotes are horribly corrupt, and they're the reason I've invaded Delphi and just murdered all those Hawkwood nobles. But now the symbiotes work for me. Yeah, you can tell that Prince Chi Kao is aiming for the end times. Alright. So first, put that martyr torpedo bomber up into space. Definitely switching one of these out. The Prophet is the old... take a Seraphim fighter out and put a martyr in. Yeah, that martyr's pretty tough. 980 close. You'll see the Prophet is 664. Yeah, that martyr's a heck of an upgrade. Alright. So, where were we with Prince Chi Kao? Yeah, where are we going to go next? Alright, so we got a bunch of Hawkwood stuff coming up this way. So, I want this whole stack together so they get that big movement bonus with that. So maybe I'll put them all together in here. And next turn they'll just go, go, go! Yeah. This is a pretty untouchable stack now. I mean, with all of those relics. Yeah, my goodness. What's that Reaver now that I put them in here? Oh. Not as tough. Oh, because they're not getting the Ruins bonus. And we'll see. They didn't start the turn with those relics. They probably don't have bonuses from them yet. So we'll see what these are all like next turn. Wow, that's a stack. That is an absolutely insane stack. When I look to the left, that's where I check the chat. All right, let's see. Lots of stuff. EBM Reavers were not prepared for the Reaper charge. Ooh, I joined an exciting time. Hi, Don Snaw. 18 agility. The Avestites and Symbiotes join forces to conquer the known worlds. Absolutely, as it should be. Reaver with all those buffs is going to be nightmarish. Thank you, Van Zelt. We'll check it out. Hey, remember to like the stream if you're watching on YouTube. Get into more people's algorithms. Get more people playing the game. We have more multiplayer fun. That's probably what I'm going to explore next on my next stream, is some kind of multiplayer action. We'll see. We'll see. Obviously, multiplayer is a little trickier to stream, don't you know? All right, so we had been bombarding this well, maybe? Let's move these special forces down and scout. There's not much in there, so looks like a pretty quick and easy victory. Maybe run this officer down to help out. So yeah, I mean, you're going to have an officer bonus in the stack, but that's going to be nothing like what we were just looking at, huh? A Das Tactic bonus, that's right. They're not officers, they're Das Tactic units. Alright, let's go ahead and take the well. Yes, I have hidden units, I just don't want the defender to have hidden units. That was pretty quick and easy. Special forces went in, demolished that. Alright. Now, we no longer have to... We had that AA just kind of as a roadblock to slow anything down that came from the well. Now we can start moving it forward to be an attack force, same as this one. The Delphi battle continues. What was I going to build over there? Food? It's a 30 and that's a 40. I have no idea what I was planning to build with this. Metal down there, I guess. I guess that was going to be a mine down here. Alright, sounds good. We'll do that. Good place for a mine. Alright, let's build ourselves a militia. And sentry the energy. Oh yeah, I forgot I had all these air units. Holy cow. They were going to help Prince Chi Kao, weren't they? Ah. All kinds of stuff out here. I can just attack that mine on their own. They don't need... Probably strong enough on their own. Let's move this one along first. Do some scouting. Send an atmosphere fighter up the road.
Unit spotted.
What are we seeing in here now? Not anything yet. Trouble is we can't just capture it with air. We need to... Oh, we have a gunship. Let's move the gunship up here, maybe. Give it some quick buttas. I don't think there's anything in there. Yep. And the gunship cannot capture it. Nor can I get back. Dock in a city, so move you back. Gunship hovering over the AA. Let's bring you back into the farm and have you sit there, and I'll just have the other plane sit. It's no way to capture that mine yet. I'm gonna move those special forces out from there because they are kind of fast. And can I get to that gem mine? Is that a gem? That is a gem mine. That's what I needed. Remember, I needed gems still. So yeah, we've got to start zipping up to that mine. All right, we built you here. Probably so we could build a road down here. So let's get you heading out this way. I think that's a good plan. Oh yeah, here we have the Imperial Eye units. The Imperial Eye captured a mine. We've got this. We got 2 militia legions. Ooh, put you in there, and you can come out and help fight. Or else we'll just put you in that lab. All right, so first of all, we move up our scouting spy to see if they... Oh, more ruins. Nice. Wonder if there are more symbiotes for me to capture. All right, everybody get on in here. These are all Imperial Eye troops. So let's get rid of the injured ones and attack with everything else. Should be a nothing attack. And I will assault because I've got so much artillery. Just blow up the enemy. Yeah, that was a no problem attack, huh? And let's keep all these fit units moving forward. Let's keep that. No, I'll keep the spy in the stack. Won't separate it out. Have all of these sit here and heal. Will be nice. I will sit there. Ah, you're building the road. That's what's going on. Get that road building. You 3 will stay here. I'll draw in. My infantry could probably take that out, but I'd rather they attack me, and that way I had the terrain bonus and they did not. So yeah, my infantry will stand here and wait for them. Oh wait, never mind. I've got all this force. Can my air over here reach? See if these 2 strategic bombers, they've got a lot of range. Nope. I can't even make it all the way to there, so I'll just leave them. We do have a bunch of troops here. They don't have enough movement yet, but they could all get in front there. We'll let the gunship do a little scouting for us. Didn't find any ruins, but also didn't find any House Hawkwood units, which is good to know. Sentry that one, and all of you will move up in there. Just be ready for next turn. There's my super stack for next turn. You have been keeping an eye on what the Hawkwoods are bringing, so why don't we go see if there's anything else? Yeah, look at that. That's what we like to see. That PTS gun we want to take out. There's not a whole lot behind it. I think we took out the main Hawkwood stacks on Delphi now. We'll see. Leaving you. These are Imperial Eye units on Byzantium Secundus. That's right. We were looking to do an attack on Byzantium Secundus, weren't we? That is correct. And these are mostly Imperial Eye forces. These are mine, but you can't mix the stacks together. So I'm building up an attack stack here to go after House Hawkwood here. Let's keep them moving. Not going to make it this turn, but next turn we'll have a good attack against their fort. Like that. Actually move one of my trackers back here. Help keep an eye on things close. Whoa, hey, you see, that's why you do that. My spies couldn't see it, but my tracker did, so that's good to know. Clean up on Delphi. Clean up on Isle Delphi. You are quite correct. Special forces. I might move that special forces out to go sit with the tracker. That's not a bad idea. All right, that's the Imperial Eye unit just sitting there. My tracker just sitting there. All of these units trying to move up for the attack on House Hawkwood next turn. All of you sitting here for attack next turn. Sentrying you. How are we doing? We need electronics, need ceramic steel. Looks like we're good on chemicals. Gems will be a problem. It looks like we are now getting plenty of monopoles and singularities. I might do one more cyclotron for some more singularities. Cyclotron, there we go. And of course, you know me, put a militia in it. You love a fief, put a militia in it. Okay, you all are just sitting here in the starport waiting for a pickup. You're apparently building a road. That's good. Oh, wait, maybe you're going out to build some energy. Yeah. Look at that. Good energy out here. That's probably what it was. Going there to build energy. Garrisoning. Think we need more electronics and ceram steel, I said. Build city, ceram steel. Militia region. And you'll come up here and build electronics. Electronics. I know where they are. Yep. I don't know if any of you are noticing anything else different about this test version of the game, but I'm not going to mention it. Oh, hey! Al-Malik are coming out to try and grab my stuff. Well, officially we're at peace. Alright, let's go back. We still haven't done our attacks with the SGJ cruiser, the Space Game Junkie cruiser! We have up in space. Let's see here. What am I in the mine? We don't want to shoot over here because that's where the PTS gun is. What do they have in this farm? Anything? Yep. But I didn't do any damage to it. Hey, that did it. And one more shot. Maybe we'll hit this farm. Nothing in it. Alright, yeah, if we can get troops over there. You're right, it is just cleanup on Isle Delphi. Alright, there's stuff to pick up on Aragon and take off. Where is my stuff on Aragon? It's in the starport. It's in the starport. Oh, hey, got an assault lander there. Hot chicken, cha-cha-cha-cha. Dragonfly, tornadoes, and the assault lander flying to Delphi. Really should be going after Pyre. That's the Avestite homeworld, but maybe. That might be fun. Should think about that. Alright, so we still have stuff over Aragon, and there was a stack in the mine, yes. What's that relic? Oh, the stack camo bonus, so I'm hidden as well. Alright, let's drop U3 down into that mine I was just talking about. Mine right there. Okay, what do I want to put in the... I want to put the camo bonus and maybe an infantry. That assault lander. Raider can take an anti-tank gun and an artillery. And then the bulk hauler. Anti-tank gun, artillery, anti-tank gun, anti-air. All of you shoot up, and all of you will go to Chernobog, and maybe next turn we'll send them all to Pyre. Might be a good idea. Though, tell you what, if I'm going to think about going to Pyre, let's send a frigate there. Wait, we got stuff here we can send. We're going to send these two frigates. Sorry, they're not frigates, they're Imperialis units. I forgot about that. Imperialis units. Go look at Pyre. Oh, yeah. They got frigates, too. Those are Hawkwood frigates. So you know what that means. Carrier! Yeah, 2 frigates on 2 frigates would have been an even fight. So, Prince Chi Kao, don't play that even fight stuff. She's sending her martyrs on in. It's a very Lee Halana Avestite thing to do. Alright, you are pickets. You are on Midian. I'm going to drop you down on Midian. Haven't we pretty much taken care of Midian? Oh, the ruins. I don't know if those units are going to come down on Midian or not. Let's see. Do we have enough to attack like we were hoping? And that's a good stack. All of you going after the ruins. I guess maybe I was hoping this one would join in. Yeah, he can't make it because that's ruins in the jungle. Yeah, this is, I guess I do need more units before I go heading on in. Let's get these folks in. Did I have AA in that stack? Yeah, it's some decent AA in that stack. Keep you all moving around. Yeah. We're gonna giving it another turn. Was there another ruin down there? No, it's that ruin on the island after that. Or the ruins up here? Nope. I don't know where all the ruins are. What was I going after that? Ah, ruins over here. That's where they should all be going. Sure. Let's see. This will be a good enough stack. Especially if it's bringing along the special forces. This will be a good enough stack to take those ruins soon enough. Gonna turn all the others around and slowly proceed over here. And go after this ruins when the time comes. No idea where you're going. Oh, to join in the road building down here. That's where you're going. That's that arboreum I was talking about. The rebels control the arboreum that we want. Yeah, I've been seeing some interesting conversations about people wishing that the ruins would be proactive in attacking. But the whole point of them is that often the stuff that's been sitting there for centuries undisturbed until you come kicking around that hornet's nest. So, might be an interesting change at some point to give the ruins a sort of area around them in which they can be aggressive. But that, remember, the ruins are kind of the tabletop role-playing part of this. This is why I like sending the nobles. It's like the Emperor of the Fading Suns part is finished with the big battle, and now the role-playing game part comes with the adventurers. The nobles enter, the dervishes enter the ruins to finish the exploration. You know, I guess you're building a road, certainly. There's a lot of stuff down here and a lot of stuff up here. I got a lot of engineers up here, so we'll keep sending folks down here. I think we've pretty well done that side of things, and down here. There are abandoned islands it'd be nice to hit, but I think this area over there is our most likely area for more cool resources. All right, you are sitting there waiting for folks to come help you out. You would, sure. You'll join that fight. Oh wait, did I make sure that's an assault tank? Yes, that is a pit bull. You will also go up to here. My Das Tactic officer. Yeah. Nice. Over there and pick those two up. Sure, why don't we do that? I think that's a good idea. Come grab these two. Put them right next to a ruin. Good. Your trackers will just sit there. That stack will just sit and continue to grow. I've got a well down there, a well down here, and oh, look at that metal. Look at that yummy metals. Oh, yummy metals. You want one of you to go here. You are clearly going, yep, see where you're going. And this last one, I want to see come down here somewhere. Maybe you're both going to build that mine. Sure. Sure. Let's send you both out building that mine for now. Okay. All right, this is the group that's heading towards the Arboreum. Enough. Enough. be in position. Slowly carving a road through the jungle. My 2 fighters still waiting to do anything. Trackers just keeping an eye on the rebel tanks. You're welcome. Garrison. I might just garrison you. Not much reason to come just pick up 1 AA gun. I guess you're connecting roads. Building something. 39 food, 5 energy. It's not a bad place for food, but I was going to build food to be right up there. So let's build a road here, and then we'll come back up there to build. No! You're not supposed to see that either. Ignore what you just saw. Missed some comments. I think the one issue right now is he can just scout them with a single militia and then keep bombarding them from orbit. Some leashing would probably prevent that kind of cheese. That's true. Maybe more PTS guns. That's something that's been discussed. Maybe it's fine because it takes a while to defeat ruins that way. It does take a while. You're not getting stuff quickly. And the big thing is, if there are spaceships in those ruins, you're destroying those spaceships with that bombardment, or they're coming up and attacking you straight there. So yeah, an orbital bombardment after tracking. That scouting methodology you're talking about for ruins is not fail-safe. You can still activate plague bombs. You can lose spaceships that might be in there. There's a lot of negatives to that strategy. That's why you'll often see me. I'm not going to go into it until I got a stack ready to go. I don't want to lose the cool stuff that's in there. Alright, anyway. You're going around to pick up some engineers I know are there. Farm there. You're waiting to be picked up. Protecting my fort with all the vote scepters. Putting you in the starport for later pickup. You're one of the engineers coming around to the mine to be picked up in that boat. You're already there waiting to be picked up in that boat. Alright, so. I want to take that dive bomber. I just use it on medium, but still, I'm still another turn away from attacking the ruins. Also got that cool tank killer, though. I might have planned something differently, but this will work out for now. Or maybe I was planning to use them against the Arboreum. Well, we're not there yet. We're almost there on the ruins. Yeah, I think with the fighter, dive bomber, all this cool stuff, I'm pretty close. Let's drop here. You back up. Drop you down. There are a couple cool units I should move quickly. You need to go into a mine with those fighters. Take you out when the time is right. Yep. I'll just sit there. That's my picket force. No. So you saw the messages. Notice that we went right through them. Not ending just yet. I do want to build a couple units. So, start on Kish. Build. Engineer. Yeah, I think some of you are noticing some other changes I did not mean to be showing off today. Build. Engineer. I want to build anything on Delphi. I think Delphi is pretty well cleared out. I think we're in pretty good shape here on Delphi. Maybe an engineer here. And maybe another engineer here. Alright. That looks good. Midian certainly got everything it needs. So... Van Zelt! Did I even repeat what you said? Would anybody actually want to see that change, Van Zelt? Man, I would love to have made a stealth revelation of that, but yeah, so much for that. You'll just have to hint at the stuff you saw in this one. I don't think I'll be streaming next week, but in 2 weeks I'll stream again. And maybe I'll make the official announcement about some of these changes we have coming then. Anything you're seeing here is unofficial because this is still a test build. It is definitely not final. Okay. Okay. Am I building spaceships ever I need to be building spaceships? That's an important question. Well, there's an easier way to do that. Let us go to the city finder. Let's go by unit production. Well, let's go by city type and look at starports. Okay. Scroll down to starports and make sure all the starports are building. That's something late game is a good thing to make sure you're doing. That every starport's building up. There's one I don't have building. So let's build here an assault lander. And now we can exit. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, and turn.
House Li Halan.
Chi Kao, Li Halan's turn. Yes, everyone's loving this screen. New Patriarch is Avestites. What a surprise. All right, Hawkwood diplomatic request. Peace treaty, reject. All Malik diplomatic request. All right, you can just give me money. All the stuff we're doing all over the place. All kinds of stuff being built. We've got our 5 Imperial Eye assault landers. Oh, the Hawkwoods didn't even try attacking us. They saw our force. Well, their loss. We are not going to pass up the attack opportunity on them. Let's just take them out. Yeah, see all those hidden units suddenly pop out and just wipe the frigates out? Yep. That was a non-contest. Hey, one of our frigates got experience. Nice. Alright, so we've grabbed that. And we're looking over Pyre. And Pyre should be a Vestite, but something we believe we know here is that the planet has backslid, and Prince Chi Kao is coming to show him the inflame. LOL Aim at Me says, I do like how enhanced massively improves the game. It keeps the classic aesthetics we love. Love to hear that you enjoy it that way. That has been the goal. Alright, so we are going to bring a whole bunch of troops this way. Yeah, I think we're going to bring all of these troops who could have gone to Delphi. There's no need for them on Delphi now. We're going to bring them to Pyre. Too many units. Oh yeah, I've got all those fighters, that's right. We'll leave that freighter for later. Haha, freighter for later. I guess I could get one of those, yeah. We don't need both of those frigates here, do we? Just keep one frigate here. Take another frigate back to there. And bring this freighter over to Pyre. Yeah, I like that plan. I like that. Alright, so. Let's see. What are many troops you can yes, you can get there.
Unit spotted.
No, there's a... Well, you can take out an anti-tank gun. Gunship versus an anti-tank gun isn't much of a fight. No. And now the AA gun is close enough that it can do this. And now my gunship... First I'll do a little more scouting with it.
Unit spotted.
But it can go in the mine and gas up for next turn. We're not seeing anything there, so very likely we're just going to go walking through here. Aqua don't have the resources to be building units like they used to, that's for sure. Alright, and we've some great metal over here. Some decent metal, never mind. We'll build a mine. Build city. Mine. Build. Yes. See, some of those we thought were pretty important. You get kind of upset if you lose an engineer when you didn't want to build something, right? And Lord knows you see me build factories when I didn't mean to. But something like that, you're not going to mind if you don't build a militia. Anyway. So that's been builded. Let's go, go, go. What? Some of you are commenting how quickly this game seems to be going now. You never know, that anti-tank gun might get a lucky shot on the gunship. That would be a really lucky shot. But again, I mean, that's Black Hawk Down. I mean, that's the tragedy of Black Hawk Down. The military, U.S. military was confident that there were no weapons there that would take out a helicopter. And Al-Qaeda had done this in Afghanistan, and certainly there had learned to fire anti-tank weapons, RPGs, up at them in such a way that they would survive the back blast and they could take out helicopters. And as I remember, that is what happened at Black Hawk Down, tragically. So yeah, do not underestimate the anti-tank gun. You are correct. That is what led to the tragedy that we see as Black Hawk Down. Of course, everything going on there was a tragedy and is now as well, but not everything gets turned into movies and really good books. So I have to admit, that was a very good book. All right, so we got all of you coming around. So let's come on into this mine with all of these, put all our air units together again. Them ready for next turn together. Yeah, no need for an AA. I'm just going to go ahead and sentry that unit in the palace. Got a dive bomber to join this stack of stuff, but can't do it this turn, so we'll send it into the mine. I'd also put some eyes on that mine, keep an eye in case any Hawkwood units do show up. I got you built. Let's build another one. I'm not sure what I want to do with you, so I'll come back to you. Come back to you as well. Built the road. All right. We've got some... this is not a good ruin attack force. I mean, I don't care if the I units die now, but they'll
Unit
activate
spotted.
something we probably wouldn't want to see activated.
Unit spotted. Unit spotted.
All right, what do they got in this farm? They got a little bit. Oh, Exotica, that's good. All right, all of you are still healing there. Yeah, there they are. Are they going up after me? They might be. Oh, and they spotted my tracker legion hiding out there. All right, well, we know we want to get a road built over both up to there and to there, so let's get this engineer moving. And this nice big stack. Assault! Quick and easy. And I will actually move this infantry unit back into the farm to heal a little more quickly. Oh, I forgot I had the gunship. Get back to that gunship. Oh, look at that. It's 18 movement on the Symbiote Reaver. Yeah, let's see the Reaver's bonuses now. 13-1-10. Okay. It is definitely 19 agility. Wow. 19 agility. Yeah, I'm seeing some stat maxes in this game. I don't think I've seen in many games before. That is really impressive. Got a noble leading them. Prince Chi Kao herself is leading these Symbiote Reavers. That's a heck of a force. All right. So. Man. Some good stuff. Yeah. Maybe just go there and come down this way. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Do that. Move you on back. Let's do a little bit of scouting with this gunship. Send you there very quickly, since right now you've got all that movement since you started with the Holy Relic in their stack. Yeah. Glad to always keep an eye, make sure things are good on Byzantium Secundus. You gotta keep an eye on things. You're moving around. Alright, here comes the fun. Oops. Here comes more fun then. Here comes all the fun together. Yay! Oh, what? Wow, there was a lot of stuff in that fort I knew nothing about. So much for the last of the Imperial Eye forces. Every noble needs... Wow, I did nothing. Those nobles in a fort with a whole lot of troops I didn't see just kicked me upside down. PGS chasing a tracker legion through a forest is kind of funny. Yep, T9 agility is hilarious. Yeah, nobody's hitting that Reaver. Not even my Reapers now. All right, well, that didn't work for me.
Unit spotted.
Malik might be planning something. Maybe they'll attack the Hawkwoods to earn my favor. All right, picket ship will sit. Picket ship. Guard ships will sit. Oh, yeah, I haven't attacked with that cruiser. Let's see, I should have used that to take out the anti-tank gun there. We're doing pretty well on these things. Scouting by orbital bombardment. Alright, that took out some good stuff. Defense ships. Alright, bringing you down. Here comes my attack on Midian, I hope. There we go. I don't know if that armored unit will have enough movement to be part of this. Do you? Drop out the assault lander. Yes! Alright, let's see what's in these ruins. Woo! More symbiotes. No, Vow and symbiotes? This is a good fight. Chemical Legion troops and officer. Wow. So we got symbiotes and Vow officers, all these humans, all these chemical humans. What's the story behind them? Why were they hidden in this? This is everybody starting to unite against Prince Chi Kao. You had symbiote air, you had Vow air, you had chemical units, you had humans. This is the universe starting to move against Prince Chi Kao. Van Zelt, and I've been wondering why you're being so brave and storming Byzantium 2 with random stacks. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I mean, we talked previously about how every power-mad dictator like Prince Chi Kao needs humans who will do her bidding. And the Imperial Eye thugs were perfect for that. She could send her secret police everywhere. But her use for the secret police is gone, so time to get rid of them. Classic story of Hitler's rise in Germany, where he's got this core group of SS thugs who do whatever he wants early on. And when he's starting to get power and wants to pretend to be a little bit more what the corporate elite want him to be, he has them killed. So, maybe a similar situation. She sent them to their deaths against the Hawkwood. All right, so we took this. This time we'll have a warlock and a Lihalan noble walk into our ruins. You write the punchline. 108 points of biochems and nothing else. All right. Not the most monumental discovery, I will say, but I can now put that warlock on the assault lander. I can put the noble on the assault lander. And put that assault lander up in space and bring it back down. I should say in orbit, not really up into space. And oops, right here. Unload them. And now we got another ruin to explore. And all of you are making your way. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Yeah, got a lot of building to do down here. Midian. Anti-tank gun. Alright, gonna put these two on an assault lander. We got a... let's put an infantry and the flak gun in there. No, the infantry's fast. Let's take them out. Let's put the anti-tank gun, the slow anti-tank gun, the slow anti-air gun. Shoot up in space, bring it back down. Drop it right here, unload. Shoot it back into space to pick up more focus. Keep you all walking. Keep you walking. Well, I was about to say it looks like a great place for a mine, but I already have a mine there, so that makes sense. Ooh, lots of good places for food. Decent metal. Let's go grab that 45 food, shall we? Be right here? Sure. Right. You're building roads to... So I'm going to mine out here. Okay. Biochems. Lots of biochems. And the biochems into this farm. I'm going to start putting biochems in our farm food, shall we? Alright, so you've done everything I need you to do over here, so... Get you moving around over here real quickly. Trackers do move quickly. I'll move all the armor and infantry together. Oh, with the Holy Relic. Get them moving this way as well. At some point, I want to get that ruin on the island. That's a fun one to always get to. Build a energy collector here. Build city. Well. Build yes. Build militia. Build. All right. All of you heading this way. You as well. Do you have a favorite lore tidbit? Asked JW. Did you like my readings from the Avestite book earlier? I think that was a lot of fun. Now, there is so much good lore to enjoy. In fact, it's very funny. In my feed today popped up someone else's YouTube video of Fading Suns lore used with the game for the Emperor of the Fading Suns and for Fading Suns tabletop game as well. I tell you what, since we're about to go into Pyre, let me read what they say about Pyre. The homeworld of Temple of Vesti has just barely qualifies as a habitable planet, with over a third of its original transforming engines choked into system failure by the ubiquitous dust of the Great Burning Desert, or Deserta Flammeda, which occupies most of the northern hemisphere. Scoured almost incessantly by howling sandstorms, which can slice flesh from bone in minutes, the impassable Deserta surrounds the monastery, which is the heart of the Avestite sect. And that's the planet we're going to go visit. Oh, JW, we can watch the beginning again. I did a nice read on some cool Avestite lore. Well, not lore, more character flaws. Their personalities, shall we say. Can't say they're all flaws. Just how they is. Alright, continuing to build troops towards the Arboreum. Big stacks moving toward the Arboreum. Deal with some armor that's hidden there. Oh, I thought maybe you could reach it this turn. I guess not. None of you can reach it this turn. You're still waiting. There's those air units who I forgot to bring into that fight. See if I forget to bring them into this fight as well. Chi Kao goes to crush all who would oppose her. Bao symbiote, it does not matter. A good place for a well. That was really interesting to have that stack be the one we fight now. It really does fit the story of everybody now being afraid of Prince Chi Kao and trying to end the rat rule. That's why he's such a good Fading Suns universe. Was Demolay inspired by Arrakis? No. Nah, this is Demolay is very much how some of the Crusaders wrote about how they saw the Holy Land when they got there and were very disappointed. They expected a land of milk and honey and suddenly found themselves in deserts and not exactly a paradise. So Demolay is in some ways inspired by that. But also the idea of this is how war-ravaged can a world be is a big part of Demolay as well. All right, how are we doing? We need more ceram steel. Let's build another ceram steel over here. So, I mean, in a sense, again, in Fading Suns, we were pulling all the stuff out of science fiction we love the most, and Frank Herbert was as well with what he was doing. We're pulling from some very similar stuff. Read some of the Lensman books and the like. You'll see very interesting planets. One of the things early science fiction did was all this great thoughts about what would alien planets, what would freakish worlds to adventure on be like. So always well worth reading those for the inspiration that went into them, if not necessarily the great stories that came out of them. I still love classic science fiction, but I'll admit much of it is much better in the imagining than in the actual storytelling. All right, Aragon. We've got these units popping up. Getting up into space. Tempted to go explore Sutek. I really am tempted to go explore Sutek. What do you think we got at Sutek? Nobody else in space over it. That's a good sign. Very few planets, not a very populated world. Remember, this is random, so it's not going to look like the historical Sutek. All right, that's cool. Doing well in electronics. Maybe we'll build another chemical plant, just cause. Orders, build city. Chemicals, build. Yes, build. Militia, build. Over here, oops. Over here. Another ceram steel. We're going to use up a lot of ceram steel on assault landers. Not a bad idea to have a bunch of it. Part of why we're still trying to get more trace. Hey, there's some good trace out there. Look at that. How have I left that ungrabbed? 17 trace up there. Now let's get up here and build some trace. Maybe we'll do it over there. Garrison. Is there an ancient war between the Vow and the symbiotes? The symbiotes, according to humanity, are not ancient. The symbiotes are very recent. Now, is there an ancient war in the game? It's part of the lore. We believe there is. It is described as a war in any case. But it is not the Vow and the symbiote. Yeah, the Vow, it is very clear. We're very unnerved by the appearance of the symbiote. And they definitely are bothersome, which is part of why it's so amazing to see them aligned here. Wow. Zal Malik really are coming after my little old... I guess they're just trying to build something over there. Let's see what they're trying to build there. Oh. That's Imperial Eye, and that's actually my own. And this, see the Imperial Eye symbol, and there's the Lihalan symbol. Alright. Getting away from that engineer so we don't spark an accidental war. Anything food to build over here? Oh yeah, that food. Any trace? A 7 trace? Yeah, I'll take the food. There's the farm. So what's considered sin or heresy by the Avestite? What makes them much more extreme than the mainstream church? A lot of it, it depends kind of on your perspective. If you're in the League, you're going to say that the Avestites are even more fanatically anti-technology to the point where they want humanity to throw away shovels and dig holes with their hands. Get rid of all tools and technology. But in many ways, the church itself is bothered by their unrelenting view of sin and how it must be dealt with. There is a strong emphasis on compassion within the prophet's teachings and how they view the Pancreator. And that compassion is missing to a great degree or de-emphasized by Temple Avesti. The Temple Avesti are the ones who will flog themselves, even though there's no flogging in the Omega Gospels. The prophet, that's not part of his background. There's no, while he is there is this sacrifice of the prophet. It's not the scouring that is talked about in some branches of Christianity. So, in many ways, it's where they put their emphasis. And the church itself feels it's such an unrelentingly dark view of humanity. Has a strong place, is necessary in times of sin, but can also be counterproductive. And Temple Avesti considers that heresy. And that's what you're seeing come into play here. JW asked, why are the Vow paying everyone for maps? The Vow want information. If you read the War in the Heavens books about the Vow, they're very focused on their prophecies, and there are things happening during the wars that are making their prophecies look a little less certain. So information is what they are after, and any changes. Remember, whenever you sell a new version of a map, you're selling all the changes. You're giving a whole lot of information about the human race to the Vow whenever you sell the map. Okay, all of these are waiting on an assault lander to be built. Built a nice little thing here. There's some trace over there. Sure, let's go get trace. All right, finally. We are coming here, and on here we've got 2 engineers. They will pick up for the transport. Where's a good place for energy? 39. Heck yeah. Down here. And build an energy collector. Let me build it right there. What's we get there? 38? Yeah, we'll do it right here. Orders. Build city. Well. Yes. And now we only have 1 engineer. Build a militia in there as well. All right. Pickets. Assault lander. You will go pick some folks up. We'll come back to you. All that Delphi fun is happening. Oh, I was coming back to you now. All right, so we're not going to land the assault lander near that PTS gun, clearly. But we do have a whole bunch of troops up here, like the Special Forces. Let's put that up into space. Let's drop it down. Drop it on you. Let's put Special Forces and artillery in you. And we'll take you up into space, into orbit. What are the prophecies? So, the Vow, and calling it prophecy is just humanity's way of discussing it, of conceptualizing it. It is probabilities, i.e. the Foundation series. It is prophecy. It is this bizarre amalgamation of divination. And humans do not understand it. But read it and you'll get some strong indications. And yes, a lot of it does go back to those precursor races of the Anunnaki. Do not end turn. I'm going to do that same thing I did before. Go to archives. City info. All my starports building. Let's do a city type. Go down to starport. Oh my. Got 2 that aren't building, so let's build. Build. This is such a lovely tool. You don't even have to double click on it. Build assault landers. Lots of assault landers coming out. Alright. We got some good stuff happening. Oh, well, let's go to Kish really quickly. And let's go over here and let's build in the fusorium and engineer. All right. And turn.
House Li Halan.
Yeah, this end game stuff goes quickly, doesn't it? All right, Hawkwood. Again, they're begging. They're begging. Peace treaty. Reject. Church. The patriarch is deemed plague bomb odious to humanity. Look at that. My own Avestite patriarch. Well, we have not done enough research to get the plague bomb, that's for sure. We barely got spaceships. All right. Skip these Imperial Eye units. That is Picket. That's a Picket force. Here we go. Coming down on Pyre. Wait, we know there's PTS gun out here. We can't just land right there. We land here. Uh-oh. I don't remember where the PTS guns are anymore. That's not good. Tempted to start way out here, where I know I'm not going to get PTS guns. Sure. We begin the reconquest of Pyre. Not going to start on the palace. Not even going to start on that farm. We're going to start way over here. What's in the farm? So far, we just see a strategic bomber. And we've got a nice anti-air unit there. This will be an interesting fight. I think we'll win this fight pretty easily until we see what else is in the farm. Do I have any better scout units up there? I should have brought a scout unit. Oh, I do have more AA. I will drop the bulk hauler too. I know it crash lands and takes damage. Didn't take much, thankfully, but that way we've got another AA gun. All right. So that's a good group. Turn you all off. We'll go ahead and attack the farm. Attacker has hidden units. I expected hidden units from the defender. All right, well, that's awesome. We took the farm immediately. Start building there. Gonna build another AA unit. Because that's the rebels tend to go first with their air. Anti-aircraft. All right, so we got all this stuff over here. What's the best online source for reading the lore? You can get the books in digital format. Go up and Ulysses Spiel just did an excellent sale when Emperor of the Fading Suns Enhanced launched. Go to Drive-Thru RPG. I would certainly get the Lords and Priests book. Certainly get the main rule book. And I think you'll really like the War in the Heavens, the 2 War in the Heavens book. All right, so we've got Saltlanders. I'm going to put the slow stuff in the Assault Landers. So we did well there. We took stuff out way over here. We're not going after that fort anytime soon. Oh, love the road there. That's an interesting area with a fort hidden there. I might go after this city next. So let's do that. Let's put anti-air, anti-tank, artillery, anti-tank. Let's put you on the assault landers, shoot you up, bring you back down. City here. Probably most defensive area with a river with the forest on it. Load all you. I'm not seeing anything here yet. That's dangerous. They're going to be like an army of partisans here. I'm going to go in with an anti-tank gun. Yep, there's somebody there. Partisan. All right, we'll wait for reinforcements. Because if I lose these units, I'm suddenly losing those 2 assault landers. And that should be a strong enough force that the partisan that will stay inside. Okay, all of you will sit there. Could drop the freighter on here too. What's in the freighter? Another anti-tank gun and artillery? Not a bad idea. Yeah, he didn't take much damage either. Tempted to bring the whole bulk hauler troops over here too. Sure. Take this city really quickly. Nope. Everybody in the bulk hauler. Here, bring you down. Okay, now it took damage. Alright, not doing that again. But now we got a force that can come into the farm with no problem. Get the freighter out of the equation. Bring the rest of them into the farm. Normal. Wow, took out my gunship. That was like a partisan unit. Didn't expect that. Freighter up in space. Freighter will land back down to the farm. We'll do some healing. Everyone here's got movement. We'll go into the farm. And we'll move folks around next turn. All right, good. Now build. Build anti-aircraft. All right. Yeah, I think that the battle on the Byzantium Secundus isn't happening as much. I'm surprised the Hawkwoods aren't moving out on me. But I don't have the force now to take them. I can at least come out here and block them. Endgame's going quickly here. What do we need? Oh, we need electronics and ceram steel now. Orders. Build city. Electronics. Build. Militia. Build. Sentry U. You're on the move. What did I say? Ceram steel, yes. Orders. Build city. Ceram steel. Build. Yes. Build. Militia. Build. Tempted to actually buy some stuff at the Agora. Trade. We get some more ceram steel. We can get some more electronics. We get some more trace. Not yet. All right, so they built a farm out there. That's what the Al-Malik were up to. All right, you troops are just sitting there protecting me. Empire. We've got this assault lander. I think we'll bring it down to Pyre as well. Okay. Frigate will sit here for now. Cruiser. This cruiser is going to do a couple of shots, but let's see where. We'll figure it out if we do the battles on Delphi. Uh-oh. Where did that PTS gun go? There it is. Can't reach it. But we can get close. My superhero stack. Or supervillain stack, depending on how you feel. More Lex Luthor than Superman. Alright. Got this nice Air Force here. We're going to go for this farm. Yeah, we're going to go up here for this farm. See if this air finds anything in here.
Unit spotted.
An AA gun. We got enough power. This shouldn't be an issue. Unless, of course, we find another partisan. No, that's not. It's going to be Hawkwood. Ooh, did some damage to my atmosphere fighter. That's for sure. Get you all back in the mine to heal. Did not have sent the atmosphere fighter up there. Oh, forgot I had the dive bomber. Let's bring that dive bomber over here too. Excuse me. What's the lore behind why monopoles consume electronics to make? So when we're talking about these things, electronics isn't just one thing, just like trace. Trace mineral isn't a mineral. It's all these what we consider rare earth minerals right now that are becoming such a flashpoint for contention on the earth as we know it today. So electronics are a wide variety of electronics materials that are used up. You could consider them on earth now. It'd be semiconductors and graphics cards and so forth. So it's a wide variety of different tools that are used in the creation of the monopoles, which are, of course, then used to create the singularity. So there's a whole lot of different stuff being converted. But yeah, there's no one thing whenever you're looking at any of these. Ceram steel, that's more one thing, though there are different levels of ceram steel, just like there are different types of steel today. But when we're looking at all these different feats that you can build, hold on, let me get an engineer so I can show you them all. Where is my engineer? Didn't I have somebody over here? We'll find an engineer and we'll look at it. Another dust tactic, yay! Send it over this way. Okay. I think these are all healed up enough they can start moving out to do things. What's in that farm? Right now we're not seeing much of anything. Spy, what do you see? Not much of anything. And there was not much of anything. Yeah, up here in the Arctic wastes, we'll definitely build ourselves a, and now we'll build a militia. These are imperialized stuff. We don't care. All right, all of you will come down here. Next turn, they'll go and explore the ruins. Entry that. You are still healing. You can move out. You can move out. Oh, except you're not ready. Yeah, you already did your moving out. So you'll go next turn. Big attack on that PTS stack next turn. Huh. Okay. Engineer road building. Reinforcement stack coming along for my superhero stack. Tracker joining the superhero stack. Cruiser! We were talking about before. Let's take some shots. Chemical plant, nothing there. Again, there's not much awkward stuff left. Alright, the vendor did have hidden units there. Alright, combat done. And now we're going to move that cruiser to pilot. So they can bombard the recalcitrant Avestites who don't understand the true way. Sutek. We're going to land on Sutek. Oh, alright. Yeah, there's not much on Sutek. Really should, bro. Ooh, that's all there is. Let's go. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, that's going to wipe me out. Alright. Assault lander out here. So much for the attack on Sutek. In the classic Fading Suns universe, that's the first planet, the first system explored outside of Sol. Would you rather date a doppelganger or a dervish? Asked JW. I will leave that question to the chat. Let everyone in chat make a decision on that one. And what's to say I haven't found them both about equally pleasant. All right. That's a good place for food, isn't there? Yeah, 65 food down there. Let's definitely go down there. All right, Saltlander. Get another torpedo, tornado torpedo, and the dive bomber. And we'll take you to join in the attack on Pyre, shall we? You will sit there. You, I think, are building a mine, aren't you? Yeah, good place for trace. Get it? Good place for trace? It'll take that mine a while to build the metal it needs to replace that militia, but we're going for the trace there anyway. Okay. Let's build. Oh, we already built our well, boy. I knew that. I knew that. Where do I want this to go then? Oh, up here? No, I don't have a place for that other engineer. Where do I want that other engineer to go? Yeah, good. Got some good metal over here. That's what we'll do. We will go to the Mountains of Madness. Got good mines, good food. Oh, yeah, good metal. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see. Okay. Garrison in the well. You are pickets. You're just going to sit there. Assault lander over Midian. So, yeah, we'll come back to that one, shall we? Actually, what are those units called? Only ever see them in ruins. Which ones are you talking about? Van Zelt, the Warlocks? And a lot of units that you can't build in the base game. I mean, obviously you mod the game to build anything. And you always go through the unit.dat file for that. I mean, make this very easy for you on purpose. Find out all the information there is. Okay, you guys are waiting for troops to come up. Another turn. Oh, everybody's over here. With those flat guns. We know it's always good to have anti-air when you go into the ruins. You down there as well. Artillery, anti-tank gun. Quickly bringing the troops for the look at this ruins. Yes, I know. Officer and Noble together. The Noble bonus cancels out the Officer at the Dissecting bonus. But officers are still good infantry. You can soak up attacks that might hurt the Noble. This is a good stack, but it's not a superhero stack. Oh, shoot. Where was I going? Guess I was going here. Build city, mine, build, yes, build, militia, build. Now you are going to go, oh no, I just built that and I have to be in the water to build, shoot. I did that poorly. There's plenty of good food up here, that's for sure. We'll go here to build some food. Let's get you moving this way. Slowly wheeled vehicles as they were. Here, I see a city. One of the biochems in the farm. Farming with biochems. Big stack moving along. Send out that armor ahead of the rest of the party. Armor and Holy Relic. Thank you. Sentry that. Send you all along. Midian had a lot of nice ruins on it. This is a good place for relics, I gotta say. Okay. Finally getting ready to attack the Arborian. Okay. Now, everybody can reach the Arborium now, finally. Alright, let's not attack with the trackers of the engineer. What do we see in the Arborium now? That one armor. Alright, go in normal. We got like so much anti. Look, I mean, we've got the anti-tank. Anti-tank. Yeah, this is going to be no problem. Well, I said should have no problem, but holy cow, did that do me some damage. Glad I brought all that stuff. Goodness gracious. All right, everyone in the Arborium for some healing. Ooh, I wonder if there are more ruins down there. Ruins. Both of you down there building roads to the south. Well, I guess I can send both of these on down and find out, can't I? I realize there's still so much of this planet to explore. Guess I can build a militia in the Arborium. I've lost it once to the rebels. Let's try not to lose it again. Then be the partisans. Yes, partisans are, yeah. Yes. Can't build them, but they're common to find. They're good scouts like a tracker, but also good combat, comparable to heavy infantry. You can capture them. And that scouting early game, if you capture a partisan, very useful. Really like capturing partisans early game. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Don't garrison you. Alright, you are sitting in the ruins. Same thing as before. Let's do a quick look in the archives. The City Finder. Make sure that all our starports are building. Looks like they are. We'll go to Kish. And we'll build an engineer in that cyclotron. And we'll end turn.
House Li Halan.
5003. Cold fusion cells have been researched. That'll open up all kinds of areas. Yes, indeed. Folks researching. Hover tech would be nice. Yeah, especially on those jungle planets. Psychopharmacology. Research hover tech. Oh, fusion beams. Fusion beams. Fusion beams. What are we rejecting from the Hawkwoods this time? 780. The collection is reduced. Exit. Alright, pick it over Chernobog. Not landing on Chernobog. We're going to Pyre with those. It's sitting there. You just retreated very quickly. Is there anything else on Kish to pick up? I think we picked up everything worth picking up off of Kish. Yep. We got another assault lander here. We're going to take both these assault landers to Midian to move troops around. That's a good plan. Alright, those are my screening force over Pyre. Okay, so we took that. Might be time to go after this enclave, because there's probably some good stuff up here. So, go back into space, over Pyre. Gonna grab this assault lander. Gonna bring it down with special forces. That's a good scouting unit. Where was that? Right there. Put them in the mountains. Ooh, found some ruins. Look at that scouting radius. That was nice. Wow! Pyre, this is what's going on. Not only have you all been backsliding. Oh my goodness, noble. We found, if you can capture that noble, very difficult to capture nobles. Look, they're Almotheians and Orthodox on Pyre and Hesychast and Brother Battles. We have to cleanse Pyre for Temple of Esti. JW, who named all these planets? Primarily myself and Bill Bridges, and Pike also was involved. LOL, aim at me. I think Fanatic Legions are pretty close to the Partisans because Fanatics are a little better at combat and lack the camo/spot. You want trackers for camo spot instead. Partisans are a good all-purpose unit, which is why I don't let you build them. Wow, this is a heck of a group to have found. Dust Tactics, Noble, a Brother Battle Noble. Dum dum dum. Look at that combat ability for it. Ah. Yeah, I don't think we're attacking this. Well, we can put a bunch of folks in the mountains and maybe attack it. All right, it is time to reclaim Pyre. All right, so we got troops here. Got to do some more healing up. Oh, that freighter's all the way fixed. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the camo relic and my flak gun on the freighter. Be hard to see, and we'll have AA if air units are coming out after us. We'll drop it in the mountain. Unload them all. Shoot that freighter back up into space. Now, what do we still have? We've got a bulk hauler and 2 assault landers. That SP anti-air needs to do some more healing before I bring it forward. So, but I can put them all. I can go ahead and put all these on here. Yeah, let's do that. So all of you move back into here. Of course, you got no movement left. The bulk hauler, I'll put the tornado. Well, let's see. Anti-tank gun and artillery and anti-tank gun and artillery. The infantry on the bulk hauler. All right, that's good. Put all of you up into space. Drop out the bulk hauler. Bring down those 2 assault landers. Assault lander lands here. Yes. Troops. You 2 move back up into space. That farm. That is a fascinating farm. Yeah, I don't. This force, I would not feel comfortable going up against a noble with several officers and some artillery. Is Kish a play on words, like the planet is Kish? I like to make that play on words, but look up Kish, JW. There are lots of Easter eggs in Fading Sun, so lots of stuff for you to go enjoy exploring yourself. So find out why you think Kish is what it is. But yes, I do like to make that play on words. All right, so I really want more units in this attack. So I'm going to need to bring units from somewhere else. So you are going to go to Delphi. I'm going to start. Maybe I should bring a superhero stack to Pyre now. Not a bad idea. Actually, I think that's a great idea. So, where was that? Oops, went all the way off the planet.
Unit spotted.
We'll come back to our base units. Now we're doing well on electronics. Now we need more chemicals. Now we're going red on chemicals. Let's build some more another chemical factory. Beef. Good. Listen. Good. You are moving right along. You've done a pretty good job of, oh, hey. There's a good place for some energy. Let's go there. Another chemical, another electronics. Let's do another electronic. Y'all like that big purple blob out here? Look at all those lovely feasts. Still a pretty desolate world, but some people might say that Prince Chi Kao has gotten too infatuated with building and technology. But they would then burn for that heresy. Prince Chi Kao is like unto the patriarch, is like unto the prophet herself, at least in her own mind. All right. So there is that bulk hauler I want to get back to. And I think I'm actually going to move the bulk hauler up to Delphi to pick up some other units. I know I've already got stuff in it, but I can at least get 2 more units. I think I do need a bunch of troops. Oh, the cruiser! I forgot about the cruiser! Woohoo! I can't hurt the nobles or the officers, but I can take out that artillery. Maybe. Alright, we took out 1 artillery. That'll make this much easier. Take out that artillery. I'll feel much better about that attack. Okay, pickets. And, dropping here. Come back around. Let's see who else we want to bring over here. Cleaning up Delphi. We've got I thought I had an engineer, but apparently I don't. I wanted to build a road down to here.
Unit spotted. Unit spotted.
What do they got in there? Oh, just militia. Oh, I did not mean to attack with my atmosphere fighter. That's why we fainted there. Drop you out of the equation. Bring you back to that line. Which movement do the rest of you have? Not enough to go for both. All right, so we'll bring you back. Okay, so you are all heading down there. You're heading down there. You are going to heal up. You're on the move. There's that engineer I thought I had over here. Huh. That's what I need. I forgot. I have got to get those gems. Eating up gems. Let's see. We got Trace up there. Oh man, we have got to build there. How have I not built there yet? Yeah, right there. Oh my goodness. How did I miss that? We've been needing that. Get that built next turn. What is the oldest noble house of these 5? Well, okay, it depends how you define it. Does the Kados trace their lineage back to early Russia, though? A lot of folks would say they're not in any way descended like that. The Hazat make no such. They make some claims, but not major. Al-Malik, Hawkwood, and the Halan fairly comparable, but some of the minor houses have more legitimate claims to further in the past. Yeah, you'll want to read the Lords and Priests book for that. Yeah, Lords and Priests sounds like the book you want. Alright, dropping the spy out. The spy's gonna do my investigation. You all are gonna go in the ruins. Whoa, there was nothing in there but Imperialis! The frigates! We discovered 2 lost frigates. And the holy relic of the Malthian heart. Well, that's handy. Let's get these 2 frigates up into space. That is handy. So apparently whatever was in there had already been cleared out. Nice. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So this is going to be a healing relic. Planet-wide healing bonus. We don't need that on Delphi anymore, but we want that on Pyre. Let's heal Pyre, shall we? Alright, let's spy with my little eye. What? This is Imperial Eye unit. This is Imperial Eye. I'd have to revisit this. Alright. Okay, over here. You want that superhero stack on the move! Tracker Legion moving at 16. Reaver's completely healed. This is gonna be a slaughter. Just tear right through a PTS gun. I'm not even looking to see what's in there. This is superhero stack, just tearing it up. Yep. Not much to this one anymore. On Delphi. Pyre, obviously, is still going to be a good fight. Delphi, not so much. All these reinforcements coming out. You fixing back up. These troops moving along. Reinforcements for my superhero stack that my superhero stack does not need. Look at that. 16 movement. Holy camoli. Zipping along. Discovering things from far, far away. Spotted. All right, so what do you got? We got militia. A lot of militia. They're not spending much resources. We destroyed most of their resources. Not a lot they can do. We'll go through here and take all these things. Of course, Prince Chi Kao will make war on a hospital at some point. All right, what are we coming down for? Farm. One thing you gotta say, Prince Chi Kao is feeding the peoples. Those trackers are running the marathon. That's right, LOL, aim at me. We're booking. Alright. Waiting on pickup. What was I building out here? Probably a mine. Yup. Orders, build city, mine. Militia here in the Arctic wastes. Put the tracker back on the transport. And then keep it moving. My war on Fog of War continues. Alright, units coming to join the Ruins Assault Force. Yeah, now we got all those ruins to go explore on that's a good enough stack. On Pyre. Is that a good enough stack? I feel like something's missing. I want maybe more artillery. Get that artillery down here. Anti-tank gun there. That's right, I got artillery out here. That's what I should probably be getting. Yeah. Hoping I'd be grabbing that ruin this turn, but I think I want a little more artillery. Do I? Really would like to go do it this turn. Come back to you. I guess with that air, I got enough. I've got enough. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, they had plenty of air. Oh, here, human rebel, the doppelganger. Is that a blade master? Oh, that's why I had that officer along. I'm very glad I brought that air power into this fight. That made a big difference here. I could have lost more troops. All right, combat done. Let's go explore with my warlock and noble again. 200 points of metal. Woohoo! What a find. Get all of these. And you into the well. That metal can go into this mine. Yeah, we're going to consolidate all these troops for them to get picked up. Probably up here in the well. Yeah, start moving folks to the starport. Yep. And there's why. Come back to you. What are you building here? One building over there. Yeah. I want you to build a farm there. Farm, build. Yes. Build. Militia, build. Do PTS ever route? It is definitely possible. That one, in the ruins, they had, no, yeah, you can capture PTS guns, absolutely. They can route and you can capture them. All right, so now, building another farm over here. I'm going to build a transport. I'm sorry I haven't done this already. Naval transport. All of you to the starport. Now, plenty of good food out here too. And metals as well. 44 metal, heck yes. Where do we want that food? 42 food, nope. 40 food right there looks good. Orders, build city, farm, build. Yes, build. Militia, build. Still exploring, not finding more ruins, unfortunately. Definitely want 40s, 50. Heck yeah, we want to build down here. We're cutting down the Amazon rainforest. Now, I will interpret it. Well, I mean, it is pretty Chi Kao, so yes, she probably is. That is exactly what she's doing. On the other hand, if this was Alexius when he was eschatonic, he was building fully sustainable and environmentally friendly interior lines of communication that not only respected the integrity of the planet itself, but worked to strengthen the planet's soul egg itself. And now you want to start reading some of the eschatonic stuff in the Lords and Priests book to see what Alexius believed in that adventure. Yeah. I don't think there's a ruin down here. I'm going to start marching these folks up north and watch. As soon as I get them up north, I'll find a ruin. Ha! Assault lander. What do I want to pick up in the assault? My superhero stack about to just run rampant through there. So I pick up some of this infantry. Wait, there's a stack over here. That's what we'll pick up. Alright, so sorry. Let's go back to our starport. Yep. Go up. Down. Have you go over. Did I say they were there? Pick up a flak gun and an anti-tank gun. Shoot into space. Midian, bring you down. Be right here. And you are done over here. Let's get that noble. Should take that noble to Pyre. Noble and the Warlock. Alright. Yep. Let's do not end the turn. Go to archives, city info, city type, starport. I thought I was going to finish the game today. I might finish up. I do want to show multiplayer in the near future. Wow, all of these are done. So let's build a whole bunch of assault landers. Yeah, using the city finder so effectively is lovely. Okay. Yeah, I might end up calling it. I guess I got one more game of this in me. There's a ruin on the one-tile island. Yeah, that's why I'm building that transport. Speaking of TTS, what's the history behind the toad mechanic? That has been a very popular thing with the modders. There's more modders thing than here, but you can use it. I mean, when they run out of movement, they can get towed. So you can have a PTS gun tow a wheeled artillery unit, for instance. But yes, it is much more for the modders than for the basic version of the game. Alright. Yeah. That's been 2 hours already. Almost done, but not quite done. So one more. I was hoping I'd end it with Lucky 13. But I'm running out of energy. So thank you all for joining. If you've been watching on Steam, hope you enjoyed it. Look at the game, end game. And one more time into the jungles with Prince Chi Kao still to come. And you did not see that this was a test version. You did not see the things that aren't in the builds that you're playing. Forget all of those. All right, everybody. Enjoy the stream one more time. Have a great afternoon.